welcome back to the channel. Today we're exploring RAF Metheringham.
We shall be starting this explore at the Metheringham Airfield Visitor Centre before we then move on to the airfield and then on to the technical site. RAF Metheringham was one of only 4 airfields in Lincolnshire equipped with Fog Investigation Dispersal Operation, or FIDO for short. A system of petrol-filled pipes ran alongside the runway which, when ignited, would burn off all the surrounding fog and allow aircraft to land safely. So what do we have here, Jonathan?
This is a blast shelter. When they had air raids, they used to come in here and duck down. This squash car originally opened up to officers, but because there wasn't many officers, it was opened up to sergeant aircrew.
We're now going to the former gymnasium. We've got an exhibition in here, plus there's a little cafe. On our previous video at RAF Wickenby, we mentioned potbelly stoves, and this is an actual one. And you might be able to just see the concrete base that it's on, or plinth.
Hello and welcome to Metheringham Airfield. This is our link trainer, an original link trainer from the 1930s. It's had a new skin, but the frame and the instruments are all original. It was made by a chap called Link. Mr. Link was an American, and these were produced in the early 1930s to enable pilots to learn how to fly by instruments only. Mr. Link recognised that a lot of air pilots were not managing to land very well because of their lack of use or lack of knowledge on instruments only. So the lid would come down, the pilot would be in darkness, and the instrument panel would be lit up. It's one of the original flight simulators. No computers, it was air driven, so the pneumatics were very noisy, I understand. It was near completion, but we've had to put it on hold due to difficulties finding parts for it. Mr. Link was an American businessman, and he was also selling them to the Luftwaffe, the German Air Force at the time. So, yeah, every airfield would have had 2 or 3 of these. The pilots would need to tick the box to say that they've done their instrument only tick box. No matter how experienced they were, they still had to learn or remember how to use instruments only flying. So the instructor would be behind this desk. This instrument here, the crab, would follow the direction of the aircraft itself. The instructor would be watching where the pilot was going to, using the maps, and would then be able to change the attitudes of the aircraft by using these particular instruments here. But then they would be able to get the box ticked to say that they've done their training. So here we have our airfix kits of 59 Lancaster bombers. Each has a unique reference number on it, the index number for that particular aircraft. And sadly, these are the 59 aircraft that were lost from this airfield, operating from November 43 through to May 45, of course. Behind us is the memorial board. Each aircraft is identified. Alphabetical list on here when 106 was at Syerston, but these are the aircraft lost from Metheringham. And our files here, 2 aircraft per file, letters, photographs, and all the information relating to that aircraft, and you're welcome to read them. So we're in the gymnasium where we sell tea and coffee. Coffee stall, so coincidentally, is the radio call sign for RAF Metheringham.
So down here, you would see on the side of the RAF planes, what they represent is the yellow one that represents bombing in daytime, the red one that represents bombing in nighttime, the ice cream cone there represents bombing over Italy, and then 2 German warplanes that they shot down.
Okay, welcome on board the Dakota. It's a real aircraft, It came into service just after D-Day in June 1944. It missed D-Day by about 12 days. So it is a real aircraft, and exactly as it would have been in 1944. It was passed to the civilian service in 1947, and this particular aircraft completed 34,000 flying hours, which is the equivalent of 4 years in the air. So the capability of the aircraft, it was a cargo aircraft. It carried general cargo. You get the jeep in, load it in with the 2 doors off. It would carry 28 paratroopers, fully laden, 24 stretcher cases, and if it was doing casualty evacuation, it would have 2 to 3 Nightingale nurses flying with the aircraft. The crew consisted of 4, that's 2 pilots. The captain would sit on the left seat and the co-pilot on the right, and then it'd have a navigator and a radio operator. Okay. If you want to make your way up to the cockpit. You're just passing the navigator's position on the left, and this is where he would position himself and do all of the various navigational requirements. And on the right, that's the position for the radio operator.
Cool.
And then if you want to get into the captain's seat, he's on the left.
Is it single pilot certified? Can you fly at one pilot?
Yes, you can fly.
Yeah,
The principle of the way it is configured, if you want to take hold of the joystick and just pull it back, you'll see what happens on the left is replicated on the right.
Yeah.
The same with the rudder pedals. If you push them, okay. So you can see the aircraft can be flown from either seat.
Yeah.
The central controls consist of the engine mix, that's the red handle ones, the engine throttles in the black ones, and the propeller pitch on the grey ones. The trim, that's nose up, nose down, is the circular wheel, and all the various levers. Very limited hydraulics on this aircraft compared to modern aircraft, but one thing that is hydraulically driven are the windscreen wipers, which you can see in front of you.
Is it pressurised? No.
You can see here we have this hatch open purely to get some air through, but this was a ditching hatch, and if it's ditched into the sea, that's the hatch where the pilots would get out. However, if the aircraft was in distress in the air in a hot contact environment and was ditching, then the pilot and the co-pilot have got to get out down the back. Also, en route, they've got to pick their parachutes up, which are probably down here behind the jump seat. So it's quite a tight space in the cockpit. But bear in mind, the pilots, generally speaking, in 1944 were young, agile.
A bit like him.
Yeah, exactly that.
Not like me.
Or me.
driving on what used to be the perimeter track going all the way around the airfield. It's now a public road and you can access it. There's a memorial here which we'll pull in and we'll have a look, so we'll catch you in a bit.
"106 Squadron lost 169 aircraft and operations during World War II. 59 of them was from Metheringham. 288 aircrew died during World War II and 50 more went missing in operations."
Here we are on the runway, and it must be the crossover section because we've just found some FIDO rails. If you follow it to the other side of this runway, there you go, going that way, which had been the crossover. So we've carried on down this bit of runway and we've come to the other FIDO rail. And if you have a look, you can see it crosses this runway and carries on that way. There you go. Right, don't know what this building was. It's obviously got a blast wall on it, as you can see.
land and have a look at their Nissan huts. I do believe they were air crew, but I'll try and confirm that later on in the video. This is cool, isn't it? Wow, look at these original doors on here.
On the other side you can get through and there's a building in between.
Look at them original doors. Yes, there's a connection through,
Oh,
isn't there?
hangers. Coat hangers. Are there?
Not sure, not sure. There.
Curly thing. Oh, hey look.
Look at these original doors here.
Original lock. Maybe. I don't know.
Wow.
That's the original window. What's been here, hasn't it? I think we need to invest in masks. Right. Original door.
That's scary.
I wonder if the grandson cars were original. I wonder if that was the toilets that you were on about.
No, toilets are here. In this room. Oh, look at these.
Original urinals. Well,
Urinals. Sink. Sure the taps are not original.
Is that a bad curry in that one?
That's definitely a bad curry. Jesus. That was devastating. Look at these. Wow, this is great. Windows. Original window frames.
It's actually a pretty good neck.
It's in very good condition, isn't it?
I've got one more to look at, haven't we?
open fireplace. Yeah.
Yeah. You in?
They're trees. I think they're trees.
you.